Bazaar flipping is a money-making method not utilized by a large amount of people. Bazaar flipping can be done passively, and it requires literally no effort to do anything, and you can still make tens of millions of coins per day by either being offline or just staying AFK. In under 2 weeks, I have made around 700 million coins. I bought a Terminator, and I have hundreds of millions of coins in my bank still, all from Bazaar flipping. I got all of this money by logging on twice a day, playing for 2 minutes, and then logging off. In this video, I'll be covering basically everything you need to know about Bazaar flipping, as well as which items you should look for and the ones that you should avoid. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, the general rule with Bazaar flipping is the more money you have, the more amount of money you're gonna make back. So if you're just starting this, like maybe you have 1 or 2 million coins, you'll be making a little bit of money, but every single time you flip, you'll be getting money back and adding onto your balance. So then you could use that to buy more stuff. So the money you make will be exponential. So in Bazaar flipping, there is really 3 different methods of Bazaar flipping. The first one being NPC flipping, craft flipping, and just regular flipping. So in NPC flipping, you're going to come here to the builder, and here he will sell various items that can be sold on the Bazaar, like sand and ice, for example. Each of these items, you can buy 6,400 of them per day. Like sand, for example, you can buy it for 2 coins, and then on the Bazaar you could sell it for almost 9 coins. So if I buy a stack of sand for 128 coins, and then I go to the Bazaar and create a sell offer, I can sell it for 475 coins. You can also come all the way over to here, talk to the fishing merchant. He will sell you raw cod. You can sell these on the Bazaar also. These will give you more profit. As you can see, buy one for 10 coins and sell it for around 60. So this is a really good method of getting a little bit of money per day. If you are just starting out, it'll take you probably 5 minutes to buy everything and then list it on the Bazaar, so it's not that much time. But this is a really good method for these early game players who are just starting to get into Bazaar flipping, or you just don't have money in general. But now let's talk about craft flipping. So a lot of items can be crafted through items that you can buy in the Bazaar. So for example, an item that I have flipped before is the null ovoid, which can be crafted by null spheres and enchanted obsidian. So what I would do is I would buy an abundance of null spheres as well as enchanted obsidian, and when my offers fill, craft it to the null ovoid, sell it on the Bazaar. Most of the time, the item that you crafted is going to sell a lot higher than the materials you bought themselves, because people are lazy and don't want to craft the item themselves, so they'll just pay a higher price for the crafted version, so you can make money off of that. Another good method of crafting is doing the normal enchants or the ultimate enchant flips. So what this is the books that have a lot of tiers, like Feather Falling 6 goes all the way up to 10. You can buy 2 Feather Falling 6 boxes, craft them into 7s. Then once you get to 7s, you craft them into 8s, and so on. So a lot of the books here, like this one, you can get from the free dungeon chests. So they are pretty worthless because people don't really want them. So you can see you could buy it for 3.7 coins. So then all you do is just buy an abundance of these books, then craft them into the highest tier, Feather Falling 10. As you can see, a book that you can buy for 3.8 coins, say, can be sold for 150,000 if you do a sell offer, and 22,000 if you do a regular sell. And as you can see, there are a lot of books that you can do this with, but some of them, of course, you can't actually craft them. Like the Thunderlord 6 book goes for 1.3 coins, and the Thunderlord 7 book goes for 3.3. So it's pretty easy to make an assumption that you cannot craft 2 6 boxes into a 7, because that would be just the craziest flip ever. So just make sure that you either look it up and make sure that you can actually craft it instead of wasting your time. The same applies with the ultimate enchants as well. You can craft flip, I'm pretty sure, all of these. Now the final one on our list is just going to be regular item flipping. This is the method that I use all the time, since it requires the least amount of effort, like compared to craft flipping where you actually have to craft them into the better version. All you do in regular flipping is just buying the item and then listing it, and then you can go offline, go about your day, then come back later and it'll be sold. So regular Bazaar flipping is pretty self-explanatory. If you click on pretty much any item in the Bazaar, it is going to have a buy price and a sell price. The sell price is going to be lower than the buy price, and the sell price is what you will be buying the item at. So if I create a buy order for these experience bottles, I could buy it instantly from someone else for 42 coins, or I could create a buy order, and then people will sell me the item for around 21 coins. So Bazaar flipping is you create a buy order for the item, Then you create a sell offer for a higher price. Then people will instant buy your sell offer, and there you will make money. So if I were doing experience bottles, I buy it for 20 coins, and then I sell it for an additional 20 coins profit on every single bottle. So I can make a buy order for 71,000. Then if the 71,000 bottles fill, then I will be making 20 additional coins per bottle. Some items, of course, are going to be that small of a profit, while some others, like this, you can be making around 100k per. Like I mentioned before, the higher amount of money you have, the more money you can get, compared to 20 coins for an item that is pretty much worthless to making 100k coins. But if you want to buy an abundance of these, it'll cost you around 2 million. So now I'll give you some general tips about Bazaar flipping. With all of that, that's basically the premise of Bazaar flipping. You just look for items that you think you could flip, create a buy order for it, then wait till it's filled, and then flip it and sell it. So now some helpful tips for the Bazaar that I actually use on a daily basis when I do my flips is make sure that you buy various different items. So make sure that you don't pour your money into one item when you try to flip it. Like if I do a magma bucket and someone creates a buy order higher than mine, theirs will fill and mine will no longer fill. So then if I go offline and come back, mine won't be filled, and I just wasted all my time trying to fill this item that didn't fill. So what I would do is I would buy a various amount of different items. Like I'd buy a power crystal, I'd buy an oil barrel, a couple of plasma buckets, some catalysts. Like I'd spread my coins out pretty evenly between orders, just in case one doesn't fill, I have a chance of another one filling. So a general rule of thumb, probably the most important rule of thumb in flipping, is to pay attention to the amount of instant buys as well as the instant sells in the last 7 days. So generally when I flip, I look for above a couple thousand instant buys as well as instant sells in the last 7 days. If you do an item that is pretty low, like for example a Devon's powder coating, it only has 666 instant buys in 7 days, as well as 54 instant sells. So from this, I can kind of make the assumption that there isn't really a high demand for it. So if I do buy this item, I can assume that I will be waiting a pretty good amount of time waiting for it to sell, as well as fill. So I generally avoid the items that don't have a lot of activity to them. I would rather go with something that will sell fast as well as fill fast, so I'm not wasting my time waiting for the sucker to accidentally instant sell an item that has a higher value than it should. But that's pretty much it. Another useful website that I should mention is the Bazaar flipping website. What it does, it will tell you the best craft flips as well as the best items to flip for the most amount of profit. I'll leave it linked down below. It is very helpful if you don't really have a general direction of where you should flip. But yeah, that's basically it. See ya.